So I just wanted to say congratulations, and I'm sad I can't be there today, but I love you, and I'm really proud of you.
Well, Kathy, congratulations on your 20 years here at Peace and 25 years of being ordained. It couldn't have happened to a better person.
Oh, we're so happy that you decided to come when we invited you, and we are so happy that you stayed this long and hope that you'll be another 20 years.
Kathy obviously chose the right profession.
I remember the day that we met, Kathy. It was you were just going to begin your time at Peace Church, and I was working as the Christian Ed director. And we sat and had lots and lots of coffee. I think we had 2 meals. I'm thinking that probably the wait staff was beginning to call us by our first names. We had been there so long, but we did a lot of planning and learned a lot about each other that day. And I think it started us off on a really good note.
I just really thank God for your ministry. From the first time I came to this church and you said the word lesbian from the pulpit, I almost fell out of the pew.
Well, I think that Kathy is an amazing woman.
I have lived through many, many pastors, but I don't think I've ever had one that has had such energy.
She allows people to come as they are, in the time that is good for them, and with all the gifts they have to offer.
And I think an important aspect that makes the church people keep coming back and feeling included or feeling as if they're important is that she doesn't just let you sit there, though. I think she makes you feel welcome, but then she's going to ask you at some point to do something.
It's not really an ask.
No.
It's more of a tell.
Yeah, it's hard to put into words what Kathy's ministry has meant to me. She's been there at the bottom of the bottom and at the top of the top.
We journey on together, and she's imprinted into my life.
What I'm most grateful for after all this time is your faithfulness to expositing the word, and your vulnerability, your humanness and your vulnerability with your great intelligence and commitment.
Kathy, we both came to Peace Church about the same time. And at that time I was dealing with terminal illness with a young child, and you walked with me through that. And you were able to talk with me about dying in a way that nobody else was able to listen to. And I thank you so much for that. But who knew that just a few years later that I would also be walking with you, dealing with a terminal illness with young children. And we have walked together in that ever since. And we have walked and we have walked.
You know, if I was to describe one word about Kathy, it's love. There is just this enormous amount of love in what she shows and what she gives, in what she teaches.
We had a very, very premature baby in foster care in our home, and we got to know the baby's mother very well. She has a very close personal connection to Kathy that has really gotten her through hard times like no one else in her life. And I'm sure Kathy has that with many women through the prison ministry, but especially we have personal knowledge of this person and how much she truly loves Kathy.
When you see her initially, you want to get to know her, you want to befriend her. And I think the result has been the growth of this church and the impact that she's had on this community.
I feel like we have not just a pastor and family connection, but like we have a family-to-family connection with her.
I had a really interesting experience about, I'm going to say 10 years ago, with a member of the community that I met who told me she was a member of Peace, and I didn't know her. I hadn't ever seen her here, but she had her relationship with Kathy, and we were talking about Kathy, and I said, oh, well, Kathy's, I'm a friend of Kathy's, kind of like I had this special niche, you know. And this woman said, well, aren't we all? And yeah, we are.
And I know how grateful I am for getting tied into Chum and cooking breakfast down there on Wednesdays. You and I were doing that together for quite a while. And then what a joy for both of our congregations now to both be so involved in that breakfast time and how that's changed so many lives for the women and men who come down with me. So you invited me to go down, and so that led to our congregation being much more involved. So thanks, that's a great thing.
For a number of years, our work at Chum, where we're organizing very low-income people around housing issues, health care, need for employment, Kathy has been one of the real great spokespeople on those issues.
I'm here by myself because Jessica said that if she came here, she'd just cry the whole time. I don't even know why I feel that way, because all the experiences that I've had with Kathy has been very positive. Our life has been very up. But, you know, one thing, Kathy's been there for big events in our life. She married us, and she's baptized her kids. And that's pretty big in my book.
I think my probably most amazing memory of Kathy was my son's wedding in Kansas City. She came down to do his wedding, and it was the first time a woman minister had ever preached in that Baptist church. And there was a lot of skepticism. In fact, the organist wouldn't shake her hand and wanted to know who was going to be the boss of the service. It was the most spiritual wedding that most people had ever observed, and they told us so at the end of the wedding.
To me, she was the perfect person, and she still is.
You are treasured more than I can say.
We love her. We love PK. Yeah. That's how our family calls her, PK.
Yeah. Thank you.